Dear viewers, in most of the families, the financial management is restricted to the menfolk. Is it desirable to run it that way, or is it beneficial to involve your spouse in the whole activity? In this episode, I am going to analyze and discuss on this aspect whether it makes any sense to involve your spouse in the decision making when it comes to question of financial aspects of the family. This is NRI Money Clinic for you, and I am Dr. Chandrakant Bhatt, your financial guide for a happy living.
NRI Money Clinic. No hype, just the right advice.
Dear viewers, NRI Money Clinic is getting more organized now. Going forward, we'll be uploading 2 videos every week. The same day of the week, same time of the week. On Friday, in a program titled Your Money, Your Life, I will be sharing my ideas about financial planning, my ideas about money, and my ideas about life. On Tuesday, 4 p.m. IST, one expert will appear on a program titled Expert Speaks. The expert who comes on the channel will be a subject matter specialist from the field of taxation, legal, financial planning, stock markets, and related topics. Now you can expect videos from us every Tuesday, every Friday at 4 p.m. IST. Dear viewers, this video is because of an observation we made. We keep tracking how people are viewing our episodes, who is watching it, which territories, which gender is watching it. We have been watching the trends for last 2 years, and we are very surprised to see 85% of the viewers are menfolk. Only a small fraction, 15%, are the women who watch our channel. Why is this so? It speaks volumes about something which is underneath. The women folk normally do not take interest in the financial aspects of the families. The word finance doesn't interest them. This is usually the general trend that is exactly getting reflected in the viewership of our channel as well. Women folk traditionally are confined to homes. This is because of centuries of their upbringing, the way the society has treated women. Probably the genetic makeup also has something to do with it. They were restricted to the homes and they were not involved in the family's financial affairs. Times have changed. Today you see women in every walk of life. I am a frequent flyer. Today to see a lady pilot is not something which is an exception, but you see them very, very often. You see lots of lady pilots. You see women in the armed forces. You see women in every walk of life. Even though women have come out and their roles have changed in the society, their orientation towards finance hasn't changed a great deal. Even in case of working women, their orientation towards finance is tilted towards the safer investments of investing into gold, investing into the bank FDs. They haven't moved a great deal beyond that point. Yes, there are exceptions, but this is a very minute fraction. But most of these people are still not warmed up to the idea of doing financial planning using other instruments as well. It's just not women. Men also have changed. Today, men take a lot of responsibility in the families. There is husband and wife. They take the roles of babysitting. They help women in their kitchen. They do all the things which they were not doing in the yesteryears. Now there is a need to women to do a catch-up and help their husbands in the decision-making process of financial planning of the family. I practice finance. I help people build financial plans to secure their life goals. My job involves doing fact-find session with the clients where I ask people to come sit in front of me or over a video conference to understand what's happening in their life. One of the practice that we have consciously practiced is requesting these people to come with their spouse so that both the persons can become a part of the decision-making process. It has multiple benefits, and whenever we have done this particular exercise, the longevity of these plans being carried out the same way as we have said, and husbands not tampering with it or changing it over a period of time are very high. Now let us look at what are the benefits of involving your spouse in the decision making process when it comes to question of financial aspects of the family. Let us look at them one by one. Benefit number one. When you do a collective decision making, when you involve your spouse in the process that you drop your plans or in the decision making process about buying something or subscribing to something, it becomes easier for you to achieve your life goals. Women are by nature are conservatives and they are prone towards keeping protection in mind all the time. Now, if you have started a plan keeping in mind the education funding of your son and your wife is part of a decision making process, she will not allow you to touch this money to buy the next parcel of land or to buy that flat or to buy another car. Likewise, she is also concerned about a retirement planning and the safety of cash flows during your retirement years. So you involve your spouse into this, and when you are subscribed for a retirement plan, she will make sure that you fund it and you will not touch that money. So it becomes easier for you to reach life goals when you have your spouse on your side and she is an active participation in the decision making process. Benefit number two, any planning involves budgeting and allocation of resources. Now imagine you and your spouse. If you are alone in charge of the financial aspects, you have to do the budgeting, you have to allocate resources. Your wife has certain needs. She doesn't know how the family's finances are running, and she may demand you something, and because of the piece that is required at family level, you might change your plans and it may go out of the budget, or you may not be able to continue with the plans what you have started. But if this is a collective decision making process and you involve her in this decision making, then she knows that so much of resources have to be allocated for achieving certain life goals, and she will not put pressure on you to remove that or not to pay for that or to do something which can hamper achieving your life goals. Benefit number three, involving your spouse takes a load of work away from you. Let us, for example, you have subscribed for a child education plan or again a retirement plan or a wealth building plan, and when she is a part of the decision making process and you give her the responsibility of paying to these plans on a timely manner and keeping the records safe, she will take that load from you. It will help you to make your wife know where you have invested, whether these are being paid properly or not. If something were to go wrong, she knows where the monies are kept and when it has to be paid and what are the benefits that are available in this plan. Instead of you telling your wife, she consciously will be knowing when she is part of the decision making process. Benefit number four, you would have heard about the amount of unclaimed money which exists in the banks, the insurance companies and various financial institutions. Why does it happen? It happens because men do all these things. They don't keep their wives informed about it, or the wives do not take interest in this, and if some incident were to happen and the bread earner dies, the family doesn't know where the monies have been kept. But when you involve your spouse into this activity and she knows exactly where you have kept the money, in which plans the monies are parked, and if in the event of something were to go wrong, what she needs to do, she will be knowing it on a day-to-day basis. Benefit number five, when you collectively take decisions along with your spouse or involve her in the decision making exercise, it gives her an opportunity to slowly but steadily learn the nuances of financial planning. By nature, women are conservatives. By nature, men are aggressive. When you become very conservative, you are not able to do wealth building in a proper way. When you become too aggressive, what can happen is it can create disasters, it can create accidents. An ideal situation is you have to be aggressive with a conservative mindset, and that's possible when two individuals, a male and a female, join together, take collective decision. She will always keep cautioning you about the safety of the money. You keep telling her about why it's necessary to do a wealth building and what makes you create wealth. So you can have a discussion, you can strike a balance between the two, and you will see that the family's finances will run very well. Your plans will take to its logical conclusions, and over a period of years, she will slowly start learning how the monies have to be managed. Benefit number 6. In most families, one of the grouse the lady folk have is that they feel neglected. They feel that we are not involved, we are not part of the decision making process. Whether they want to involve in it or not is a secondary issue, but they feel let out. But when you involve them and make them a part of the decision making process when it comes to question of financial aspects, they will have an empathy towards your works as well. They will understand how much of money my husband is earning, what plans he is making, how essential for him to allocate resource for different kinds of a thing. Somewhere she also has to make sacrifices to keep these goals active. So it creates an empathy in the family towards the men folk. Benefit number 7. By nature, women do not take active interest in the financial aspects. They are persons who are drawn into the cocoon when we speak about the finance. When you involve them in a decision making process, it helps you to bring them out of the cocoon, and it's a need of the day. Gone are the days when men alone used to handle the finances, when the society has changed, when men take the roles of babysitting or helping in the kitchen. It's equally essential that women learn at least the basics of financial planning. That helps keep the family's financial plans active. It helps the husband also in discharging of his responsibilities, and this purpose is very well served when you involve them in the collective decision making process. Benefit number 8. Women generally ask for funds for buying saris or gold or buying land or any of these things. It's a normal thing which happens in the families. But when you make them a part of a collective decision making process, they will learn the art of allocating resources in a very intelligent and in an efficient manner. They will understand why it is essential for them to allocate resources for different heads of accounts than only to think about buying gold. Otherwise, if the families come under pressure to buy gold repeatedly, then your other financial plans may go haywire. And when your spouse is a part of this decision making process, she knows how much it costs to pay for your retirement plan and for other aspects that you must be really focusing on. And the pressure on you will come down to allocate resources for unproductive areas. Now the crucial question is, how can you make them involved in this? You can't outright, overnight, ask them to take interest and come and give 100% of their time and energies into managing the finances. That will not happen. You have to go in a step-by-step manner, and it will be a drawn-out process, and you have to be very patient, and you should involve them in a step-by-step manner. The first thing that you can do is, if you are involving the services of a financial planner, every time you meet a financial planner, discuss your plan, review your plan, sit in front of him or sit in a video conference, consciously ask your spouse to be a part of the meeting and listen him out and understand what you are doing, what are the views which are being projected, what compromises are required, what allocation of resources are required, and she can see it like a movie and make some understanding about that. That's the first beginning phase. I have consciously practiced this. Whenever people request for my services, I always put across it's a good idea to come for the fact-finding session along with your wife so that it becomes easier for you to take decisions. Step 2. Make sure you have a bank account for your wife alone. I'm not telling that you shouldn't have a joint account, that's fine, but make sure that she has a bank account of hers only, and let her operate that account online, let her have the email ID, let her know the process how to operate that particular line. At least when it comes to question of her own money, whether she has earned it, whether you have gifted her to her or some gift she has received, whichever the way it could be, let her understand how she can operate a bank account and do it. You may think what this gentleman is talking about, the basic things of bank account opening and all these things, does the wife doesn't know? You will be surprised, in most of the families, even the bank accounts are not operated by the wives. They just don't take interest. They think it's easier, okay, tell your husband and he will operate and he will take care of everything. It is absolutely essential to make the spouse operate her own bank account. Step number 3. Start a mutual fund investment account only for your wife. Don't make it an anyone or survivor account or a joint account. Make it exclusive mutual fund account for your wife. Let her operate that account herself. She will be getting some pocket money. She would have earned money herself if she is an employee. Encourage her to put that money in the mutual fund. You don't have to take extraordinary risk of putting 100% of your money in an equity portfolio. Understand, ladies by nature are conservatives. They don't like to take risk. They don't like volatility. Safety is very paramount to them. If you understand this basic nature of a lady, your mutual fund portfolios can be designed to meet the requirement. They don't have to do it like a bank FD. Even without taking too much of a risk, it's perfectly possible for them to get a better return than a bank FD, better return than a gold by investing in the mutual funds. You try to involve them for 1 or 2 years and they will see the benefits of it, and beyond that point you don't really need to ask them to do it. They'll be forthcoming to do it on their own. You just look at what ladies will do with the money. When they get the money, they will go and buy gold, or they will start a jewelry scheme in the towns that they are living in, or they will join a chit fund within the help groups that they have, or they keep this money not even by depositing in the bank. They'll keep it in some corner of the house, in some cupboards, or some inside the book, or inside a sari. So this is what normally happens. By asking them to open a mutual fund account, you can make them earn a better return, use this money productively, and she'll be a happy person for having done this particular thing. Well, how can we help you to achieve this particular goal of involving your spouse in the financial aspects? From our side, from NRI Money Clinic, we are the practitioners of finance. We help people reach their family's life goals. We help people build retirement plans, emergency fund, insurance needs, retirement needs, everything we take care. We have analyzed the problems faced by the menfolk, and we have now appointed lady relationship managers. If your wife is interested to open a mutual fund account or any investment account, we can attach them to our lady relationship managers where they'll feel very, very comfortable. So if you are my existing client who is watching this particular episode, you can ask your wife to open an account or help her open an account. Send me a message or send me a message to your relationship manager who is handling your account. They will guide you to the lady relationship managers who will help you open an account for your spouse. If you're a new prospect and you want to take up this and you want to teach your wife the art of investing, help them warm up and take participation in the family finances, you can make best use of these lady relationship managers. If your answer is yes, I want to do this for my spouse, what can you do? You just have to send a WhatsApp message on the number that is shown here on the screen from any corner of the world, and our team of lady relationship managers will get in touch with your spouse, or maybe in your presence they will help you to build a good financial portfolio for your spouse. Dear viewers, hope the video that I have done today helped you to understand why it makes absolute sense to involve your spouse in the financial decision making process. If it helped you to understand these benefits and also gave you a direction what you can do and how you are to move in a step-by-step process, please like this video. If you are a person who is watching my channel for the first time, or if you are yet to subscribe for the channel, please hit the subscribe button now and press the bell icon. Don't forget to share this video with all the people whom you value in your life. Thank you very much for watching this episode on NRI Money Clinic. I shall be back with you with yet another useful video, yet another useful topic very, very soon.
Press the bell icon for more details and subscribe our channel.